All right, we are live. We are back. I should have some like applause on here, right? Let me just see if I got find some applause somewhere. So we are back, and today we are talking about two really cool things that are happening, and we want to make sure that I want to make sure that you're a part of it, that you're aware of what's going on. So we're talking about the nurse strike today, and in New York City, and there are a couple of other places that strikes are happening. And we're going to talk about how if you're one of my staffingpreneurs and you're in the nurse space or you're doing healthcare staffing, how you can go in and be a major support to what's happening in New York. So we're going to dive into that. We're also going to talk about unleashing your ideas, creating your AI software. We're just getting started with the new year, but I'm ready to dive in. Let's go.
Unleash your ideas. Like and subscribe. Unleash your ideas. Like and subscribe. Yeah, yeah. Got a spark in your soul, time to set it free. From your heart to the world.
All right, it is time to dive in. I love my intro. I'm not going to tell you a story. I get fired up every time I hear it. It's so catchy, right? And so with that being said, make sure you do me a favor and like and subscribe this video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you're watching via YouTube, like it if you're on Twitter X or LinkedIn. I really appreciate your love and understanding and your support and all of that good stuff. And don't forget, go to unleashyourideas.com, because there you're going to find information about our bootcamp, our Idea to AI bootcamp. You're going to find our free book, Being Broke. Okay. So many cool things. So when you get a chance, make sure you go to unleashyourideas.com. Now, let's dive in. There's a couple of things that are happening right now. And I'm going to go in two different spaces today. I'm going to start off in the staffing space, and then I'm going to gear off into my tech geeky kind of space. So just bear with me here today. I want to talk about this nurse strike that's happening in New York City and I think they're saying it's the largest nurse strike that New York City has ever seen since the beginning of time. I want to be very gentle with this because I want to make it very clear on where I stand and where I believe most nurse entrepreneurs are that specifically are running staffing agencies and supporting, the efforts of nurses who are on the front lines. I 1,000,000% support every nurse out there that is on the front line and fighting for their better wages, fighting for better staffing levels, fighting for just not having to be burnt out, as you're going through, as you're working, as you're caring for patients, having safe staffing levels so that you can have an increased quality patient care, all of that stuff. I'm for it. I'm like, whoa, let's do it. Let's get out there. Let's do it. Okay. I'm not a nurse, but I'm saying if I was, I would be down with the cause. And I think it's a noble cause where we should be. While you all are out there, while those nurses are out there on the picket lines, we also have to still think about patient care, right? We have to think about the quality of the patient care as well. And so that's where my clients come in. That's where our staffingpreneurs come in. They come in by placing strike nurses to support, the nurses that are on the front lines while they're getting all of the benefits and things they need. Two different types of nurse, typically, right? So very, very important to know. And the reason that I want to have this conversation out loud is because I've been working with a couple of, agencies and they're doing the strike nurse, and I'm learning a lot. And I feel like this is something that I can really support and help other staffing agencies with. And so I put a word out like in my text message, and a lot of people said, they were interested in learning how to do the strike nurse. And but I got a couple of messages from some of the nurses that were like, "How dare you, D. Williams?" They were like, it's not funny, this serious. But I was surprised more than anything. But they were just like, you're trying to capitalize and you're turning on the nurses and different things like that. And I really, sat down and I took the time to really be honest and explain to them that no, we're supporting, right? Because the patients still have to be serviced in the process of this strike that's taking place. And if you don't know what I'm talking about the strike in New York, let's talk about it. Hold on one second.
15,000 nurses at 3 hospital systems hitting the picket lines once again today. There is no end in sight for the largest nurses walkout in New York City history. Our Kala Rama joins us live in the studio with the very latest on this impasse. Kala, a lot of people are shocked that we are now in week 2 of this.
Yes, this is day 8, if you can believe it or not. It's actually double the length of time of what we saw in 2023 when nurses got their way pretty quickly. And now we're hearing from all the parties involved, and they're not much closer to an agreement. Later today, nurses will honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., rallying with the Reverend Al Sharpton at Mount Sinai, Morningside.
This has been the scene outside every major facility operated by New York Presbyterian, Montefiore, and Mount Sinai medical systems.
And I just want to mention that one of my nurse clients, she reached out to me and she said she was driving by, I think, Mount Sinai, and she was sending me pictures of the nurses out there picketing, with their picket signs and doing the strike thing. So it's like, this is real. It's not a game. It's definitely real.
15,000 nurses fill these picket lines. These nurses have an expired contract, and they can't come to an agreement with the hospitals on staffing levels, stronger protections from workplace violence, pension and health care benefits, and a pay raise. We saw a similar disagreement in 2023, but that resolved in 4 days. This is now the largest nurses' strike in New York City history. Nurses say, while they want to get back to their patients, they vow to remain on strike until their demands are met.
The executive committee is ready to bargain at any time. Anytime management shows up, we are ready. But for right now, we are going to dance for resistance. We're going to resist joyfully. We're going to do everything we can to protect our patients.
So patient care is important to the people who are on the lines as well. And they understand that as their demands are met, they'll be able to provide even stronger patient care. However, in the process, while this is happening, they still are placing strike nurses, and these strike nurses make anywhere from $9,000 to $10,000 a week, right? And it's very interesting because a strike, it could be 1 week, a strike can be 2 weeks, a strike can be 3 weeks, a strike could be a month. Now, I don't see a strike going as long as a month, because if they're paying out nurses $9,000 and $10,000 a week, then the agency is making more than that, and that's going to deplete very quickly for the facilities, right? However, it's still happening, and strikes actually happen way more often than you might think. So, for example, if you notice,
nurses and healthcare professionals are threatening to strike at Kaiser locations across California. This is video from their strike last fall. United Nurses Associations of California and the Union of Healthcare Professionals now say they delivered a strike notice to Kaiser executives for January 26th. They say they'll picket at more than a dozen hospitals and clinics. The union says it's asking for higher staffing levels, wages, and retirement security.
So as you can see, like, New York isn't the only place. They're saying by January 26th. Now, I heard the Kaiser responded back, and they said, look, we really don't want this strike. We can, these are our demands. We can put some other stuff on the table. So we really don't want the smoke. We see what's happening in New York. However, these nurses are saying, hey, listen, by the 26th, this is what's going down. And so then Kaiser is going to need to get that support as well, right? And then there are other places. I mean, I pulled up a few articles to show you that this is not a game, right? This is a situation where I'm going to pull one up here. Let me share my screen right here. Let's see. There we go. So right here, this was talking about the 31,000 Kaiser nurses that plan to strike across California, Hawaii, from San Francisco. But this is, they have Hawaii in here. So so they issued a 10-day notice to strike, you know, with walkouts possible. So, and Honolulu, right? So you've got this area as well. And here in South Florida, a couple of weeks ago, they actually, nurses had, you know, called for a strike as well. And, but they actually got their demands met. And so they were able to, the strike, you know, got called off. So I just wanted to show you just a few, you know, areas where like, this is really, really, really intense. And so Bloomberg is one of the first people to come out with the article about the $9,000 a week and different things like that. Although I know exactly how the pay is structured and what they're doing, but they were behind a paywall and I wasn't paying for the paywall. So I just put it in the chat. And he said, well, he can't transcribe it for me. That would be unethical and it's copywriting and stuff, but he can give me a detailed summary of what the article was saying. So I'm sharing that with you because I think that was valuable. They were talking about how New York City hospitals are responding to nurses' strike by paying extremely high weekly rates to temporary travel nurses who are willing to cross picket lines, right? The headline number is up to it's actually 10,000 a week. And the article frames this as a major sudden cost spike that adds stress to hospital budgets. And that was what I wanted to, you know, have you to understand that these strikes don't typically last a very long time because of the expenses that are associated for the facilities with paying the people, the nurses that are going to come in and fill in, the strike nurses, okay? Because that's essentially what they are. And so this article is further talking about it. And what I loved is towards the end, it says what the article implies: if hospitals can't find money for if the hospitals can find money for emergency, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see. If hospitals can find money for emergency premium labor during a strike, it raises the obvious question: why can't that money be redirected into baseline staffing, retention, and conditions that prevent strikes in the first place? They said Bloomberg doesn't need to say this directly. The comparison invites the reader to think it. But at the same time, a serious counterpoint is that emergency rates are not the same as sustainable compensation. Short-term surge labor is a keep the doors open expense that can be tolerated briefly, which they probably have as a line item in their budget. Right? That's probably a totally different line item in the budget that typically doesn't have to get used. At the end of the year, they may use it, you know, as you snooze, you lose kind of thing. But typically these organizations have a budget of this sort set aside, you know, for situations like a strike or what have you. And so, but it's not going to last for so long before it's going to have to go into other budgets. So they can be tolerated briefly, whereas raising wages system-wide is a permanent cost. That counter argument can be true and still not settle what the right move is. So it's like, yeah, we're paying these nurses $9,000-$10,000 a week, but you could be paying regular nurses, you know, staff nurses that, you know, but those are totally different. I feel like totally different things. Okay. Jillian said she's trying to get into the healthcare industry. In what way are you trying to get into the industry? Like as a nurse or as an agency, as a software? Like in what way are you trying to get into the healthcare industry? I kind of accidentally got into the healthcare industry with my staffingpreneurs, but I would love to hear more. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. So it's a lot happening. And so my point in saying all of these things is that, okay, if you already have an established staffing agency, right? This is an opportunity for you to like add an additional department to your business model, right? And just like strike nursing, it's not something I wouldn't say your whole business model should be around strikes. No. But if you are starting up, it's going to take time for you to start your business, to be honest with you. And hopefully, in the next week or so, this strike will be over. But for people who already have a staffing agency, their business is up, they're legalized, they have a strong presence. I'm going to do a workshop on how to set up your strike division, your nurse strike division, and show you how you can be a support to what's happening in New York, what will possibly be happening in California and in Hawaii. I have at least one staffingpreneur that's out in Hawaii that would take great benefit, would be able to benefit from this, in a massive way. But it's a lot of you are in California. I talk to y'all in Cali all the time. A lot of you in New York, and then a lot of you know nurses that are willing to travel to New York and who are licensed in New York or California, or I saw Montana. I think they were talking about doing a nurse strike there as well. I just want you to know that this is something that you can add on to your business model. And when something is going down, you can already have it ready on your website. And you know what I'm saying? So this is a very lucrative add on to your business. And that's why I want you to really think about this, and not just because, I feel like on one of the girls, she said, but D, it's COVID money. We want to be a support to the nurses, right? We want to support the nurses who are out there on the lines. We want to just ensure that the patients are safe and that they were getting the quality care. But as an agency, if you're a nurse on staffing agency, this is an opportunity for you. What you say? It's been going on in New Orleans for years now. Yeah. It's a serious thing. I mean, personally, I feel like, I'm not I'm not a nurse, but personally, I work with so many nurses, so many healthcare professionals, and I hear them talk about just things that they're going through, as nursing professionals, and how they want to help and how they want to support. And I believe if y'all rally just like they're doing in New York, I'm not trying to start nothing, but if y'all stick together, y'all can really get what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You can get what you want. A lot of people don't want to say it out loud, but it's true. If y'all stick together, y'all can get what you want. And then there'll be agency behind supporting why you make it happen. There are agency nurses that need to step. Nurses in general, like I read somewhere recently that nurses hadn't gotten real pay raises in like 30-40 years. That's insane. That's unacceptable, right? But I also feel like we got to be careful too. I got to tell you this for real. I feel like we got to be careful too, because this is also, it could be like the people, their way of replacing nurses with AI robots, with the robots. It's like, oh, y'all want to strike? Then I'm going to get the robots up in here. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we got, it's a little thin line. But then that would also create opportunity for people to have facilities that are only human service, like where there are no robots in place, and you would be serviced by a human doctor only. But I think at some point it's going to be like, it's not going to be a lot of people, because nurses said they're burnt out. Doctors are saying a lot of the healthcare professionals, I feel like they don't necessarily feel valued for the work and the education that they've done. It's really sad, but I'm hoping that we can all come to a happy medium, because I don't really want a robot to be my doctor or my nurse. I would prefer you. Okay, all my nurses out there, I would prefer y'all loving on me and my mama, not a robot. I don't know how you feel. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all fired up about the robots taking, robots in healthcare, or if you rather have a human. If you rather have a human, then I that's where I'm down. But I'm not sure if I want a robot doing that. She said, I just heard about that today, a robot taking somebody's blood pressure. Yes. Oh, it's getting serious out here. I feel like the plan is, let's get the robots in the homes first, and then we'll start moving them around and into other areas. I will say homes and manufacturing, because like your BMWs and all of them, they are actually like they're really big on the robotics and getting where, like, I saw this video. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna see if I can find this for y'all. I saw this video, and they were really literally like, this is what we're doing with the robots, and they want to have the robots in our homes, like now, like like, that's all I can say. But they're doing it. They're talking about doing it in manufacturing. Doesn't it feel like iRobot to you? I mean, I don't know. It feels kind of weird. I'm gonna say HOS, because they manufacturing, hospitals, they're definitely putting them in the hospitals like crazy. And I'll say this, that's not new, having them in the hospitals, but I think at the level that we're having them is kind of new, but not having, AI or robots moving in the hospital is not new. When I had cancer a couple of years back, the way the tumor was so, this is personal, so y'all can't tell nobody, but the tumor was so large, I looked like I was like 11 months pregnant in real life, but I wasn't pregnant. It was this massive tumor growing in my stomach, and they couldn't figure out how to remove it, and so they had to use robotic arms to go into my body, slice the tumor up into pieces and remove it without injuring me, and also making sure that things like, cancer didn't move to different parts of my body and different things like that. So they were very excited, because at the end of the surgery, instead of them doing like having to do like a C-section or something like that and cut me wide open, they just had these 4 little slits on both sides of my belly. And the slits were like this large, but the robots, when he showed me the arms, they were huge. So I don't know how it was those 4 little slits, but he had his hand and not in like on the robot, but some type of AI-ish kind of thing, and he was just pointing to, however, it's something you would see like in a Tom Cruise, with Tom Cruise in those movies. And that's how they did my surgery. Nerve-wracking for me, but this guy was like a big time specialist. The nurses kept thanking me for bringing him into the hospital, because he was also funny. But it was successful. Y'all know I just celebrated my 12 years cancer free, so he did a great job. But that was in 2013. So they were already like playing with the technology and stuff like that then. So I can't even imagine how far it's gone now. But I'm telling you right now that when you look at like Boston Dynamics and different things like that, and how they're really building these robots, oh my God. Like, I'm telling you, gonna be like, what the heck is actually happening? They just put one out recently. I can't seem to find anything right now the way I want. I didn't know we were going to talk about this, but here it is. They did. Okay, this is one from 12 days ago. They just did this at CES. I don't know if y'all are familiar with CES, but that's where they go in and they do all the latest new technologies, like a big conference or what have you. Let me just see, which says, I see these surgeries daily. I'm a coder auditor. Yeah. So I'm thankful for the surgery, to be honest with you. Like, I'm thankful for them being able to just help me, being a support to me. Let me show you this, just a little bit of this video. I'm not going to go hard, because y'all know I get excited, but this just came out 12 days ago. This is, I hope you can see this. This is Boston Dynamics. I didn't download the video. I'm just showing you on the fly. That is an agile robot. That doesn't look like the robots that we used to see that were like all static or whatever. No, that robot is agile. And so that, being able to just move around in that way. I kind of still want robots to look and feel like a robot. I don't want the robot to look and feel like a human, and they're, in my opinion, making these robots look and feel like humans. So I don't know. This is what's here. It ain't even coming. This is what's here. So yeah, I'm not getting into all that. I just wanted to show y'all little pieces of. Y'all should check this video out. I'm just Atlas Robot First Look, Boston Dynamics, Cyber News. Y'all know I'm a geek, and and check out all the different new things that they put out. But they're talking about hospitals, different things like that. So anyway, I just wanted to have that conversation to my nurses. I want to just go back and just let y'all know, and my nurse entrepreneurs. I want to let my nurses know that we're with you, my nurse entrepreneurs. I definitely feel like it's important for you to look at strike nurse staffing as an add-on to your current business model. If you're interested, let me know. Please reach out to me in DM on LinkedIn, on YouTube. Just send me a message and I'll send you the link to what we have going on. Or y'all can go to the Staffpreneurs Academy, of course. Now, we're going to say, okay? And I want to talk about AI and technology. I want to switch topics a little bit. So, that I had this boot camp last year where I had twice. We had two boot camps of showing people how. One was a staffing boot camp for AI, like how to add AI onto your current business model. The second one was idea to AI. So like whatever your idea is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be pertaining to staffing. Whatever it is, we're going to turn that idea into an AI platform. I had like 13 students last year, which was a lot for me, which is good because I'm just starting to teach other people what I've been already doing, right? And so I like to kind of get my feet wet and make sure that I'm presenting things the right way. So I'm getting ready to do another workshop. I feel like we really have gotten far with the training and how things flow, and people are actually building their products out and bringing them to life. And I want you to come. You already know you can go to unleashyourideas.com at the top, 3-day boot camp, but it's actually 4 days. See, we found out in the last boot camp, we need 4 days, not 3. 4 days, not 3, because people need time to flush, their stuff out. So no matter if you have an idea or if you are, if you need an idea, or if you already have an idea, or if you need an idea, I'm going to help. Now, some of you are probably saying, well, D, I need an idea. I'm not really sure what I want to do. And I want to show you one of the things that I do to come up with some ideas is really, really cool. Okay. I'm going to share my screen. You're going to need to go to Perplexity. Okay. So, and I'm sure Perplexity has a free version. If you're not familiar, Perplexity is an AI platform. And to me, it's like a Google search engine, but better, in my opinion, in a lot of ways. Do I still go to Google? Yes, but I probably go to Perplexity first and put my stuff in there. Don't ask me why, for some reason, because it just searches more things. So anyway, I want to show you a really cool way to come up with ideas, AI ideas that you can build today that that has not a lot of competition, and that will allow you to make a lot of money in many different areas of society. It doesn't even have to be something that you are 100% familiar with. It just has to be something that you're willing to build. So what I do, don't judge me. What I do is I sit up at night. I don't scroll social media per se. I scroll Perplexity, and it gives me like these news articles. Okay. That gives me these news articles. So typically I just go and read through, and the articles are very, very, very short, right? So I look for things that I am interested in. So I'm interested in tech. I'm interested mainly in technology, So Google Engineers Guide argues AI coding tools demand better specs. Meta product manager ships code using AI despite no tech background. EU leaders meet. I don't want to do anything in regards to politics, although I feel like there's an opportunity in that. I don't want to do anything regarding politics. Hacker launders 63 million more from some type of crypto theft. Okay. So I'm not really into crypto, to be honest with you, but I think this is a good way to show you an example. So we're going to open that one up. We're going to do 3. OpenAI says revenue hit 20 billion in 2025. This is why I'm trying to tell y'all to get into this. Revenue hit 20 billion in 2025. That's crazy. CEO at PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is one of the largest consulting firms in the world. CEO confidence hits 5-year low as AI struggles to pay off. I might want to open this up. I might open this up. And then let's see. OpenAI wants to keep on the state. AI leader to cause U.S. immigration crackdown. Person says AI investors will fail without worker training. You have to work training. Researchers build motor power liquid. What? Google upgrades. Ukraine halts. AI power solar flare could bring northern lights to 22 states. Oh, let's do this one since we be talking about staffing all the time. Top business school graduates face tougher job market as hiring slows. I just feel like I want to do something that is not staffing related. Okay, this is stocks again. Y'all can see it's not a lot going on right now. Grok needs moral constant. I agree. Grok definitely needs moral constitution in real life. There's no question about that. Building a recruiting team reported a must to win AI talent war. This is interesting. And I want to look at this as well. Okay. So now let's start backwards. Okay. So I just got the article from Discovery. You see the article is super short. Okay, I'm going to read through it really fast. Okay, so General Atomics drone completes autonomous air intercept tests. They announced on January 18th, today is the 19th, that they've got some type of Avenger unmanned combat aerial vehicle successful executed an autonomous aerial intercept. I'm just reading in my brain against a crude aggressor. Okay, so this is something about some weapon that they got going on or what have you. Who knows? I'm not going to read the whole thing because this is not my core interest, but I am going to prompt and show you how this can go. So you would say, based on this article, ARTI, can you share some ideas on what I can build using AI? What software I can build using AI that has little to no competition. You really want something that has some competition so that you know that the idea already works, but you don't want something that's totally flooded and you can't really get your market in there. You want to, so you want to do that. So little to no competition, and will result in a high profit business model. I can't say. I'm just saying make a lot of money. That's code for make a lot of money. And let's just copy that real fast. And I don't even do a big search. I just kind of go from there. And then he'll go in and just start reading articles and different things like that. And tell you what you can do. So he says, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you can see. I say this old people eyes, but I need a little bit more. This article points to a few very specific picks and shovels AI software plays around autonomy, safety, and simulation where competition is still thin and budgets are huge. Below are ideas tuned to no staffing, because it is reading my background, just so you know. AI, SaaS, and high profit potential. So autonomy, safety, sandbox. Build a cloud platform where teams can safely red team autonomous agents, drones, vehicles, trading bots, health agents before they touch the real world. The core idea, upload an autonomy stack or an agent, run it in realistic scripted scenarios with keep in, keep out zones, dynamic constraints, auto-generate a safety scorecard, an audit log. Then they tell you why it's low competition and high profit. And then, then they tell you, give you other ideas, right? So I sit up a lot of nights kind of going through what's happening in the world because I want to see what can I build to solve that problem. But it has to be something that ignites me, gets me fired up. Okay. It's not going to just be something random. So for me, I'm not really into the drones and stuff like that, although I know it's a big money market and I know that some of you are into it and you're like, that's right up my alley. For me, it's not, right? And so I would only dive into it if I found something that I wasn't interested in. So let's go to something else. So they're saying XAI is building a recruiting team reporting to Elon Musk to win AI talent. So that's pretty big. Okay. I think that's pretty big. Elon Musk's artificial intelligence startup is assembling a small elite unit of recruiters with an engineering mindset to secure top AI talent, according to a job listing posted on the company's website. Y'all don't even understand how important talent is. Y'all, this is why I've been saying for many, many years, I don't care if AI comes in or not, talent is important. Who's going to run the AI? And AI, he is paying, this is what he said, I already knew this was coming. The team of talent engineers will report directly to Musk and focus on developing novel approaches to identify and hire the absolute best people in the world, the listing states. Do you see that? They're looking to hire the absolute best people in the world. This is not your average recruiter. This is a recruiter who's got a system that can find a needle in the haystack. They said the role offers compensation between $120 and $240 annually. So he's not playing around. Okay. So he talks about the job requirements. They have unusual qualifications for talent engineering. So they are focused on recruiting with a first principles and engineering mindset. And I want all of my staffingpreneurs to look at this because this is where we talk about your secret sauce. Or let me get up here a little bit better right here. This is where we go in and we talk about your secret sauce, building your secret sauce. What makes your staffing agency special? How do you stand out, right? This is one of those things that you start to see. And he says he's looking for a team that's focused on recruiting with a first principles. So principles, the principles of I'm assuming person, and then an engineering mindset, somebody who's about the development. Successful candidates must be comfortable with vibe coding. That's what I teach my clients, how to build their AI. That's what we're talking about right now. We do it via vibe coding. Have a history of building cool products even as a kid, and be a nerdy engineer at heart, while friends view them as a people person. So he wants somebody he wants people that are super, the D Williams. I don't want a full-time job, but a contract I might. But somebody who's personable, but is a product developer who can develop software products in their mind or based on the experiences or that they're having, or being able to see a problem and to be able to create a product around it. That's literally what I'm teaching you. When you come into my AI classes, that's what I'm teaching as well, is how to turn the work that you do into an actual AI product, because you're working every day in something, you're solving something that other people don't do better than you, because you got the job, you do it. So it's like, how do we take that and move that? And move it is not a great word. How do we take that and allow AI to help support that? Because at some point, like, many roles are going to shift anyway. Don't you want to be able to control that versus somebody else building and controlling it for you? Like, build it and sell it back to the company that you're working for if you'd like, or sell it to their competitor. And if you like, I don't care, but build something so that you're in a situation where You're either building AI for yourself or and using it for yourself, or you're doing it for someone else. And that's the future of where we're going. But I'm going to keep this going. This is very interesting. The listing emphasizes that identifying elite talents. Oh, let me let you see. I'm sorry. Identifying elite talents. Where did I go? Okay, rarely happens solely on LinkedIn, and instead it occurs through referrals, networking at events, hosting competitions, leveraging specific online communities, and other creative channels. Do you hear me? My secret saucers. Okay, do you hear me? Do you see what I'm saying? This is one of the reasons why I have I told y'all last week that you could use my MeetMindz to build your communities as a lead. I got to get closer. I got to get closer to you. I need to get up front and close with you right now. But that's why I was saying you could use MeetMindz as a potential lead magnet to create some type of online community for the niche market that you are focusing on. You're going to need that no matter what you're building today. For tomorrow, right? You're building today for tomorrow, but you're going to need a market who's actually going to go in and buy what you're building. And so you could come up with kind of an idea. You have your market, and then build your community around it, and let that community help to nourish the product that you're building. So many different things you can do, but right now I need you to be on top of building out your AI product, getting your business off the ground so that you can have control of your future. Okay. Very, very important. Now, this is their secret sauce. This is what they feel like their secret sauce. This right here, this is their whole secret sauce in real life. That's who they're looking for. That, and this is how they feel like they source. I tell you right now, identifying elite talent rarely happens solely on LinkedIn. Is one of the most powerful things that I have seen. And I'm so thankful that someone is saying it, because a lot of times people think I just go to LinkedIn, and LinkedIn doesn't even have everybody in the world on it. You got to do other things in order for you to be able to find amazing talent. And to be able, you got to be willing to go beyond LinkedIn. LinkedIn is just one channel. You got to go beyond LinkedIn to find the talent that you really want. Y'all can go in and read this article, but really, really, really cool. Oh, so let's go in and get into our prompt. I did the same prompt. Based on this article, can you share some ideas on what software I can build using AI that has little to no competition? And so we're going to and I'll throw that in the chat for you. Okay, I just threw it in the chat so you can go in and check that out if you want. Okay, so they said AI is exploding HR recruiting budgets, but most tools are generic and miss what XAI is signaling: talent engineering as a true engineering and products problem, not HR admin. You can build niche, high-margin software around that gap and sell it directly to founders, elite teams, and specialized agencies. Do you see how you can take just what's going on in the news and figure out what you want to build and have a market that's already there for it? So he says below, I say he, all AI is a he for me. Below are 6 concrete SaaS plays with low competition, strong pricing power, and clear relevance to the XAI article. So the first idea that was given was talent engineering operating system for founders. So build a talent. Oh my gosh, we need this is going to be one of our new rooms, because I had, oh wait, I see town hall. So I want to add a town hall room. All right. I want to add an idea generator room. These are all the new rooms I want to add. I'm writing this down. But now looking at this article, they said a talent war room. Okay. That's right up D. Williams' alley, right? So this is interesting. So I could build this into MeetMindz, so y'all don't take this idea, because I'm going to use the first one. Y'all can do all the other ones, but I'm going to use this first one. But build a talent war room for founders and CTOs that treats hiring like product and growth, not HR. The features are pipeline intelligence. These are the core features of the platform: pipeline intelligence. So ingest LinkedIn, GitHub, Google Scholar. I bet none of y'all are searching that. X niche communities, and score who's elite for a specific problem space. And then you do things like a specific problem space would be considered like reinforcement learning, open source, different things like that. Then creating systemized sourcing plays where you're codifying vibe coding workflow competitions, because they said in the job description that they wanted somebody who knows how to vibe code, because today you got to know how to use AI. You've got to know how to use AI, right? And they want someone who knows how to use AI in their current job. So how many of you are vibe coding? Put a 1 in the box if you know what vibe coding is. Put a 2 in the box if you don't. And put a 3 in the box if you are already vibe coding. This is in a job description for a recruiter. They want someone to know how to build AI apps as a recruiter. That's where we are today. Okay, I just want to put that out there. That's where we are today. Okay. This is how serious it is for everybody that's taking their time on AI and not getting to know it and just using ChatGPT as your only source and just not really using it in a practical way. They're asking people to even know how to build AI, right, as a skill set. And then they have a founder outreach engine where AI drafts hyper-personalized founder messages, micro landing pages, and nurtures sequences for each target candidate, optimized for a response acceptance rate, a good response acceptance rate. So they say it's low competition, high profit, and they tell you can charge $3 to $15K per month per company. Right? If not more, depending on what your specific model is going to be. If AI is doing a lot of work, then then you would be, if you were in my class, you would be kind of like a dual agency, right? Where your half of your business is ran by AI and you're still offering a full service behind that, right? So now he's talking about my background in staffing and training. Don't talk about that. Number 2, a vibe coding candidate profiler. We do know that vibe coding is something that not just Elon XAI is looking for. This is something that's happening all over the world. And this is one way that you can actually it's very interesting. I can see why they would want vibe coding to be a part of a job, right? Any job, to be honest with you. If you understand how to talk to AI and have it to build your ideas, I told y'all ideas are going to become the new currency. Didn't I tell you that? Ideas are going to become the new currency. They really are. This proves it 10 times more, right? So you're at work, you want to complete something, it's almost like creating a spreadsheet, but instead of creating the spreadsheet, you will be creating the process, the system, or what have you on AI. Same exact thing. But it's just like the next level spreadsheet or the next level Word document. It's the AI that you're doing it in AI. When you build it in AI, doing vibe coding, it's going to be crazy because all of these other things are going to come from that, right? It's so cool, actually. I'm kind of getting fired up. But the idea number 2 was an AI vibe coding candidate profiler. Idea number 3 was a competitive talent intel for AI labs and funds. Number 4 was AI first niche recruiting platform. Okay, so instead of trying to compete with broad ATS, don't do me like that, baby. Don't do me like that. So doing something like that. And I would say Perplexity is really looking at my background as well. But so when you put your background in, it may come out a little bit different. Founder level talent co-pilot. And so remember, Elon is a founder. He's a tech founder. And he wants these people to report directly to him because talent is the most important thing in his company, right? So they're saying a founder level talent co-pilot where it's voice and chat. This is interesting. Interesting. Some of these are really some of these I can't give you all of my ideas, but listen. You got to figure it out what makes sense to you, showing you how you can just go and use articles to find something that makes sense for you. Here's another one. Top business school graduate face tougher job market as hiring slows. I didn't read the full article, but typically I would. I'm not doing that in a great way for you today because I want to make sure we are using our time wisely. But I'm taking that same little tiny prompt that I threw in there. And that prompt could be better. I'm just keeping it light, just not, to make things hard. And I'm showing you how you can go in and you can figure out what software you want to build, okay, that makes sense for you or that you just feel like it's going to do really great in the world because it's really needed. And I like to build software that solves problems, right? So now they're talking about shortens the time to offer and de-risks hiring MBAs for employers while giving MBAs clearer data-backed paths to roles that are actually hiring in the new market. So below are several specific product ideas designed for little competition, high profit potential for B2B and B2C. So that's pretty cool. So MBA offer probability and strategy engine. Use AI to forecast each student's probability of getting an offer by an employer, role, and a city, and then prescribe exact actions to raise those odds. I like that. Late stage MBA hiring marketplace. Employers are hesitant to commit to full-time MBAs, but still have project work. Grads are stuck in limbo. Build an AI-powered marketplace for fractional bridge roles explicitly for MBAs. And let me tell you, that's not as hard as you think it is. And let me give you an example. So I've got a platform that I'm working on, and it's called Pitch Close AI. And we actually have something like that. We've built a marketplace, right? Let me market. Oh, no, that's not the right thing. That Pitch Close. That's what I'm looking for, /marketplace. So we built a marketplace where people can go in and post their jobs. And I did this using AI. People can go in and post their jobs. Now, my platform is specific for 1099 contractors. I've made it legal. The problem that I'm solving is a lot of my clients are looking to hire 1099 contractors, but don't know how to do it in a legal compliant way. And so what I typically do is help them build sales programs out and so that they can, hire for their staffing agencies. And so I built a platform that took my sales process, that building the sales program, put it in the software, and then it kind of grew from there, right? We was like, okay, now that we've got the sales program, now we need to hire, right? So we started to literally build out this program. And I'm just showing you that these are like just some of the jobs. So I've been testing and stuff like that, but we built this thing out. It's pretty cool, actually, come very far. But this is I'm just showing you, just taking your ideas and turning them into something real, turning them into something that people will actually use and buy is very important based on a problem that you're trying, to solve, based on a problem that's being solved. So here, I think I'm logged in as a candidate, as a 1099 contractor. Let me see. I got a lot of screens over here, y'all. Don't judge me. But this is pitch. Yes. And this is our company page. I just did our company page for Reskillify group. So when I start posting my jobs, because I haven't started posting my jobs, don't judge me. But when I start posting my jobs, they'll be all listed down here. But I have information about the company, and I made this really cool video. If y'all want to see it, I don't know if y'all want to see it. But I'm going to show y'all my recruiting video. And listen, when y'all see my video online, I want y'all to be like, okay, let me support D. Williams and let me support D. Support D. Williams. That's all I want. So I'm going to show you one of the videos that we have coming out. This is I'm going to add this to stage.
Honest, your coaching group's been dead for months, right? And you're looking
for a more personalized platform that already comes with the tools
That's not
you
the
need.
same one. That's not the one I want to give you. That's about MeetMindz. This one is more of a recruiting video that helps you. That helps, and I don't know if y'all gonna be able to hear this because I don't know where it is on my other one, but you can use AI to help you even do like your marketing videos and just different things like that. So this is the video that we did for Reskillify group, and it is on our recruiting page for 1099 contractors specifically. And so I don't know if y'all can hear this, but I'm gonna play it, and y'all can let me know in the chat if you can hear it or not. Can you hear that? So I won't play the whole video. Y'all can check it out if you want, but you can, this is, one of the things you can do. I took an idea and I put it into AI, used vibe coding, and I created and made something real. Now, I didn't just throw it in there. There are a lot of things you want to do around it in order for it to come out the right way. But this just gives you an idea of how you can take an idea and you can actually build it out and bring it to life. Uh-oh, look at that. That's scary. Of course it would. I was gonna say only do that when I'm showing y'all something. When I'm not, I'm in here like wah, 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 right? Otherwise, I'm showing somebody like no. But yeah. So I just wanted to show you. So you could do that, and of course, y'all know I'm gonna get into MeetMindz in a minute because I have most of my clients are coming into one of our communities, and I want y'all to be able to see what the rooms look like. But we're gonna go back to Perplexity, and I just wanted to show you that you could go in and create your own hiring marketplace easier and better than before, right? They have an AI career office co-pilot, which is white labeling for schools. I was working with this lady who was trying to do like a tutoring app, but she never came back. Skills Gap, micro credential engine for MBAs. You can use AI and analytic roles to grow. MBAs often lack demonstrable technical skills, which slows hiring and reduce offer rates. So you can build a system that diagnoses the exact hire blocking gaps for each student and auto generates micro projects to close them. So then they have an AI powered Plan B navigator for underemployed MBAs. And so like really, really cool ideas that you could do just based on those quick articles. And I am addicted to this, even though I came up with something the other day that I swear I'm building this thing out. I got it off of Twitter X, to be honest with you, the idea off of Twitter X, because in the comments, I was reading one of the comment strings, and they were saying, if somebody built this, then, I would da. And then like all of these people commented under and was like, yeah, but it should do this. So I know I'm not the only person that's thinking it, but my version is going to be my way, and I feel like it's a great opportunity to solve a problem that a lot of people are having. And I'll just give you a small, tiny hint, but a lot of people are leaving. Well, I don't want to say a lot of people. I would say that there are threads where people are talking about leaving ChatGPT, right? Because it's not moving the way it used to move. It's not as good as it used to be. That's what they're saying. I didn't say that. That's what they said. But it's funny they said that because I was thinking, I kind of want to get off of chat because chat's not giving me what I want any longer. So it resonated with me when I read it, and it let me know that I wasn't the only person that was experiencing the I'm used to chat really giving me something, and it's just not showing up. This article right here is very interesting. This is CEO confidence hits 5-year low as AI struggles to pay off. So let's go ahead and put our piece in there and see what comes up in there. And listen, when you get in perplexity, just depending on what floats your boat or what you look at all the time, or whatever your articles are, like whatever preference you have in perplexity, it's going to give you things that are more related to you. These are, I guess, things that are more related to what they believe that I'm interested in. So the biggest money gap in this article is not another chat bot. It's the fact that most CEOs cannot turn AI pilots into revenue and cost savings at scale, while a small minority can. The most profitable ideas for you sit in that divide. AI products that operationalize AI go from demo to dollars in very specific high value niches. So below are focused, low competition, high profit software concepts aligned with what CEOs are struggling with and what you already see. He's putting what I do in there. So I have to go back and say, don't look at my background in history. But they suggested an AI pilot to production ops platform for mid-market. Most entrepreneurs get stuck in pilot purgatory because of unclear return on investment, messy data, and weak governance. So pilots never scale to production. Only 12% of CEOs report AI delivering both cost and revenue benefits, which shows a huge execution gap. Now, this is mainly your bigger companies, you know what I'm saying? Which is, to me, it's kind of like an oxymoron for them to say that, because aren't they all laying off because they've implemented AI? So it's like, which one is it? Which one is it really? Because y'all, what you're saying and your actions are two totally different things, right? You laying, hundreds of thousands of people off, but now you're saying, I don't know. So anyway, they're giving ideas for that. I want you to do me a favor. I want to challenge you to go into Perplexity, go into the Discover tab, find the articles that resonate with you, and look for and use the prompt based on this article. Can you share some ideas on what software I can build using AI that has little to no competition and will result in a high profit business model, make me a lot of money, right? And so that you can see what you want to tap into. Now, if you're already in a specific business, if you're already in staffing, if you're already in healthcare, if you're already in cybersecurity, if you're already in legal, if you're already in whatever it is, daycares, think about, you can start your search there, right? You can go in and start talking about what type of problems they're having in all of these industries that you know of, and you're going to take your experience and add on to what comes back from your search and create something that's going to be amazing. There are only two ways you're going to be able to create AI. It's going to be based on something you know, or based on something that you want to know, right? And so you can do either or. You don't have to know something in order to start it. You just got to start it, right? Now, you do want to learn things as along the way. You don't want to be ignorant about it the whole time, but you don't have to be an expert in cybersecurity to create a cybersecurity app in AI. Okay. You don't have to be an expert in something in order to create an app. There is a movement happening right now which is a scary movement, but it's a movement happening right now where people, like this one guy in particular, he's building an AI app every week of the year. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it, but because I wouldn't be able to do it. But he said he's gonna do 52 apps this year for every week in the year. He only has 16 on his list. And he's not the only one. There are a lot of people that are going to the app store saying, what are the top apps out there? And then they're just going into AI and saying, hey, rebuild this app for me, and then publishing it right on the app store. And then it's generating revenue, that way. So it doesn't have to be something that For me, I like to build things that I feel like I'm going to use, or that my clients are going to use. So either something that you can start off with that, just something you would use for whatever. Maybe it's marketing, maybe it's something you do personally, I don't know, but start building it where it's maybe not related to your job. So everything I do and I love for the most part is related to work, because I love working. And so I built products that I can use. So Reskillify, is a product that I use. MeetMindz is a product that I use. And I'm in love with MeetMindz more than anything right now, because we're moving all of Staffingpreneurs Academy over to MeetMindz. And I like it because even though it's an idea that somebody else has created before, from the perspective, like it's a community, it's a platform where communities hang out. Nobody has built a communities platform in the way that I have. It's like my original idea. And that's what you got to do. I always tell my clients, you don't want to be a McDowell's to McDonald's, right? You want to be a Burger King to McDonald's. And so that's what I have built, right? And I'm going to show you, because I feel like you can show people better than you can tell them, right? You can show them better than you can tell them. You can tell people anything, but let me just show you. So I'm going to share my screen here again. Did it come up? Let's see. Okay, right there. And I'm going to go in and I'm just going to log in. So this is I'm logging into the back as the host of my MeetMindz community. I'm never going to stop sharing this because it's the coolest idea ever in life. Okay. So if you want a community, you definitely want a community. Let's go in and let me show you the communities. Hold on. Discover communities. So we have, like, these are all test communities, not really. So Unleash Your Ideas is a real community you can join today. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. You can just go to MeetMindz, Discover Communities. You can go in and join Unleash Your Ideas. I've got a group that I'm putting together for nurses because I love nurses and I hang out with them all the time. All my staffingpreneurs are going to go into 6-7 figure agency business. Then I've got somebody here who's got one. We have an audationaires community. So there are a lot of different communities there. Okay, so, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how the community works. So once you have a community, each community comes with a bunch of virtual rooms, right? It's just like going into a real building. You go into the building and you hang out in the lobby, and then you go into all of these little different rooms. I'm going to actually take this and put it on light versus dark, so you can change it. So if you want to see it, because some people don't like to see things in the dark, they like to see the light version. So I'll show you the light version. And so when your people come in, the first place you want them to come is into your lounge. You want them to come into your lounge. And in the lounge, they can just hang out, talk. What's going on, girl? How you feeling? Look, let me give you some coffee. On fire. Oh, what you do tonight? You don't know what to say? Here, just start a conversation. Hey, y'all, just got here, and then your information will come here, and then people can reply. This coffee ain't working yet, what have you. So it's just a way a holding place to engage your members, to engage your community. And you can have a free community, or you can charge a one-time fee for your community, or you can charge monthly for your community. You can do either or. You can charge in dollars or in Sparks. Sparks convert into dollars. Okay. And so when you're in your community, they have rooms. Your members have rooms that they can go into. But the cool thing, let me tell you what the cool thing is. The cool thing is you could have like everybody chilling out in your community. I don't know if this is going to work while I'm live, but you could go live and you could like use this as a lead magnet to get them to go into a new room that you have just launched. So for example, I'm getting ready to do the rapid response nurse staffing workshop. That's the room. I've already created the workshop room. That's right. I've created a workshop room. So, but I want to tell everybody who's in the lounge and who's going to come into the lounge throughout the course of the next day or whatever what's happening. So I could go live and I could actually start my conversation. I could record it and go in there, tell them I'm not going to record it, but I can start telling them, it's just like, hey, y'all, I'm in the house. Y'all know I'll be nervous when I go live. Listen, we've got a new room that's opening up and I want to tell y'all about it real quickly. If you scroll down to the bottom of your page, you're going to see we just recently launched a rapid response nurse staffing workshop room. I want y'all to dive into this room. We're going to open this room up on tomorrow. There's a wait list. The wait list is free for you to get on. Let's get fired up. Woo! Boom, right? and then you end your broadcast, and then the broadcast processing is going to save, and then people can go back in and watch that broadcast. Really cool. So then your person goes in and they say, okay, I'm interested in this workshop room. So I haven't put a pricing on this room yet. So that's why they're able to walk into the room live. So they wouldn't be able to typically, and I'm the host, I'm hosting the room. So it will be locked to them. But they're actually packages for the workshop, right? So this particular room actually has a sales page where, I mean, all the rooms do, but you don't necessarily have to use your sales page. But this room actually has a sales page. So I'll just tell you, I haven't created the sessions for it yet, but I will put my sessions in there. I have my strike readiness intake, so all the resources will be there. Any takeaways, each participant, they can share their takeaway from, and they can earn, every time a participant shares, they earn sparks that they can use on the platform to come into your rooms. And then we have a little chat and all of that. So let me show you if you scroll down, you can go to configure your public sales page. And basically you'll get a public URL, and typically it's going to look like this: workshop 17 da 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 da. And you can go in and just edit it. You can go in and customize it to what you want it to be. So I customize it to where it says rapid response workshop, because I feel like that would be easier for my nurses. And then you go in and you just start filling out everything. There's a whole bunch of sections here you want to fill out for your page. Once you fill out everything for your page, then you can actually go to the page, which is, hold on. Okay, I got a lot of screens over here. That's my coaching page. This is my coaching page for MeetMindz. So I put my documentary and stuff like that on there, but that's not where I want to take you. Let's see, right here. So it actually creates a page for you. You can have it like a warning. You can put your video. This is today's video. So if anybody goes here, they're going to see me live right now. You can have them go to reserve your seat. There's still some things that I want them to fix before I go live. So, like my button is not showing up right. I don't like the way my counter looks. So I have to go back in and tell them to change my counter. But everything else on the page looks amazing, and my packages are showing up. My button isn't working, which is a little frustrating. You go in and then it doesn't pay, so that's why I can't give anybody the link. If you want to get your ticket now, though, I got your back on the back end, but I'm not ready to give everybody the URL. And then your FAQs, and then reserve your seat, right? So once the person, you can give your people a sales page, they can go to that sales page, and then they'll buy, and then they'll come into your workshop. So here I'm going to just go back to my virtual rooms. I have a workshop room and a one-on-one coaching room. Okay. But this workshop room is one of the things you can do. And there are a lot of different rooms that you can do. So the main rooms that I do is workshop, group coaching, and one-on-one. All right. My one-on-one is just that. They're my one-on-one pods for my one-on-one clients. People spend anywhere from $5 to $50K with me for me to help them bring their business ideas to life. And working with me one-on-one always gives someone a greater advantage. And so now, and how we've worked in the past has been through like the Google Drive, right? But now we are still using the Google Drive lightly, but everyone has their own coaching pod. So they actually get access to their coaching pod. So we're going to enter the coaching pod room, and they come in, they have an onboarding that they need to complete when they come in. So cool. We can go live in our sessions, and they can go in and schedule their sessions. They get a to-do list after each session. All of our files will be shared there. We can talk things out right here in our coaching pod, and it'll show who's going to be in the pod, right? And typically this one-on-one is just you and one other person, or maybe you and a couple of other people. Really, really cool stuff. One of the things that I like about the coaching pod is that you can invite people with a special link. You can give them a special invitation or code to come in. And that's what you saw here. I invited, this was Amber's coaching pod. So I sent her a link and it was like, hey, you've been invited. You're able to come in, but it's very specific to them. So you can do a lot of different things. My point is this was an idea. This was an idea. I wanted people to come into a community and be able to go into different rooms. And those rooms could be any different thing, who knows, but many different rooms. And so I keep creating these rooms. So today I came up with 3 more that I'm going to implement, and one being a talent war room, which I never thought of. But Staffingpreneurs Academy, our group coaching room will be here, and the academy is here because we have an academy room, we have a coaching room, and SPA. So this is Staffingpreneurs Academy's digital products suite. So I just do FFINGPRENEU, Staffingpreneurs Digital Products Suite. So these are all the this is all the my screen too low. Yeah. This is all the it didn't do it. Damn. Hold on. Because I didn't set the button. I already know. There it is. So it updated right there. And so that's all the digital products that are going to be related to Staffingpreneurs Academy. So if people want to go in and buy digital products, they can go in the digital product suite. If they want to go into the academy and watch their videos, they'll go into the Staffingpreneurs Academy because it's an academy room. If they want to get group coaching, they'll leave the academy room and go into the group coaching room. And then if they are my one-on-one client as well, when they want to show up to meet with me, hey, Karen, I know you watching, she would go into her one-on-one coaching pod. And right now she would probably have 2 coaching pods, one for her brands, for the branding, and one that's basically for coaching. But I've definitely been thinking about figuring out how I can do a branding coaching pod as well, or a branding pod, like a branding project management pod. Because that's something I do every day, right? We manage the brands for our clients. And again, this is me showing you how the things that you do every day, you can take them and put your own spin on it and create something really, really amazing. There are a lot of different types of rooms, and you can join MeetMindz for free right now. And you can give me feedback. I would say get a Loom video when you go in. So if anything is wrong, you can let me know. We'll, or you see something you want to do, you get a free community, and you get free rooms. And you get 1 free room to start off with. So just think about what you want to do the most and make a room around that. And then you can buy another room or use Sparks to get a room. And there are a lot of different rooms. You can do a challenge if you want to start a challenge for your community. If you want to use this as a lead magnet and you want to do like a hot seat event, you could do that. Or if you wanted to do a think tank or a round table, you could do that. You already know about the workshop. So there are a lot of different types of rooms that you can create and that you can utilize and just really have your community doing really amazing things. The future is really going to be about what's not happening on social media and what's happening in the real community, right? This is why Reddit is so important. These closed spaces that are not necessarily out for the public is where the real relationship happens. And I feel like with MeetMindz, you can use this for both business and personal. Some of you have business brands, coaching brands, separate from your business brand. It's just like really, really cool to use. So as we've launched a number of rooms, like the matchmaking room, we've launched another one, but we'll go through a couple of videos. I'll go live a couple of times and show you some of the other rooms and how they work and how you can really do some amazing things. That matchmaking room can be used for a couple of things. It could be used for love. But it was designed to be used like the way you go to a conference and you do like a hot seat to meet like a contractor or to meet a vendor or someone who has a authority to give you a contract, and you get like a couple of minutes with them to see if it makes sense. That's how the matchmaking room works. But if you're into politics, we have a nonprofit, mission driven. So we have a lot of different rooms in there. And I really hope to continue to grow the platform, continue to add additional rooms that people can utilize and really build communities around and really build, great communities around. So this was my example of just two. I have many more, but of having an idea, remixing it, turn it into something that that's more, suitable for you, and then sharing it with other people and getting them on board and involved with your new AI product. And I will say that I have noticed, I'm just going to state this, I noticed that a number of people who have taken the time to go in and build their AI products, they're not actually talking about their AI product. They're not actually introducing people to their AI product because they're thinking it's not done. But in my opinion, software is never done. And once you start getting people on the platform, they'll start telling you what's real and what's not. And that's why it's free. That's why I've opened it up and tell you, come on in there, it's free. You can join for free. You can join either as a host, someone who's going to build communities and host rooms, or you can build it as a member where you want to go in and be a part of a community and enjoy just being a part of a gathering. So I would encourage you to definitely go there. You're going to see my commercials out there on my YouTube channel, inviting you to come in for free. And I want you to like the video when you see it, like this video, because you're watching it. You've been here for over an hour with me. You better like my video. So like this video, subscribe to my channel. But when you see my marketing videos, I want you to like it and so forth. So you'll start seeing them running today. And then don't just like them, get on MeetMindz. Remember to record your screen so you can send it to me, because I know most of y'all watching this are my friends, family, what have you, my clients, and send me the video and tell me how it's going for you. And we'll do a live kind of like how you use MeetMindz. You'll see the training videos and everything like that. But anyway, it's MLK Day. It's Martin Luther King Day. And I, my office is closed, but I wanted to come in and hang out. I didn't get a chance to do that with you all last week. So many great changes are happening. All the work that I did last year is catching up to me this year. So I'm really, really thankful for that. And so yeah, I've been crazy busy, but not too busy to see what's going on, not too busy to hang out with you all. I'm going to definitely try to continue to go live a little bit more often. I build a lot. That's what I've been focusing on a lot, because I believe in the products that I'm building. And I understand that the more you build and understand how to use AI, the more valuable you become. So I have this in my schedule, in my time. And I'm always thinking I should stream this. I should go live and stream so people can see. But I would prefer to stream it within my community and not necessarily on YouTube. So we'll see. But I'll share more ideas with you all on how you can come up with ideas on creating your AI products. I do invite you to come to the Idea to AI Bootcamp, or we call it a bootcamp, but it's actually a workshop. And that is happening at the end of, the first week in February, right after my birthday. And download my ebook. It's free. It's called Being Broke. It's a bad word, being broke. It's really cool. You don't have to be broke financially to get the book. It's about being broke financially, in the mind and the heart and the soul, spiritually everywhere. So I think it'll be very valuable for you. It's very actionable. So it's not just a rah-rah book. And yeah, if you're starting a staffing agency, go to staffingpreneursacademy.com. If you are looking to do strike nursing, I've got a workshop coming up. Reach out to me. Go to Staffingpreneurs. You can text me. You got my phone number? I'm gonna see if you got my phone number. I'm gonna give you my phone number so you can text me. Send me a text message and let me know that you are interested in. Let me pull it up. Let me know that you're interested in coming to the strike nurse. I'm going to pull this up so you can see. Right, there we go. all you gotta do is scroll down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down to the bottom of the page. See this number right here? You can actually literally text this number right here and say, I'm in D. D, put me in. Okay? I just put it in the chat. You can text me. Text me and just say, I'm in D. And I'll send you information about the workshop and how to get in. First person that we get on board, I have 3 people that are pending right now. I haven't gone back to my text message, so I don't know who's in, but I already said the first person's on board. We'll give you a 25% discount. So let me know who wants to play. We're doing it this Saturday. It's only a couple of hours out of your schedule for you to learn how to add this additional piece onto your staffing business. So please do so. Look, I'm kidnapping you now. You know you got to go to unleashyourideas.com. You can join our free community as a member. Go to Unleash Your Ideas. You'll see it come up. It's open for membership, for free membership. Hang out in the lobby until we get some rooms that are open for you. But that's all I got for you today. I hope y'all are staying positive. I hope you staying fired up. I hope you are working on your level up consistently. I hope you are literally thinking of nothing but the level up and, understanding that who you are today and the work that you put in today will define your outcome tomorrow. And so it's always going to be something happening. It's always going to be somebody in the family, something at work. So it's always going to be something happening. But you have to stay focused and stay strong and know, I'm gonna stay about my path. And my path is for me to launch this business, or my path is for me to learn this, or my path is for me to do this. And while everything is happening around you, you stay focused so that you can see the return on your investment. Don't let another 3 months, 6 months, 9 months go by and you're still saying and doing the same things. Like, your future self is not going to love that for you. It's just not. Right. And so you've got to love yourself enough to be able to invest in yourself today so that tomorrow you can experience the things that you want. And that's just the bottom line. I'm going to keep preaching that every freaking day until it becomes something you're obsessed about. And that's when you see, to me, that level up, right? Anyway, I love y'all. Subscribe, and I'll come back and visit y'all in a little bit. Thank you for being on my channel. Thank you for watching. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Unleash your ideas. Like and subscribe. Unleash your ideas. Like and subscribe. Yeah, yeah. Got a spark in your soul, time to set it free. From your heart to the world, be who you're meant to be. Ideas ain't meant to just sit on the shelf. Bring them to life, be bold, be yourself. No more waiting, now's your chance. Turn that thought into a master plan. Click that bell, let's make it loud. Dreamers, doers, stand up proud. Unleash your ideas. Like and subscribe. Unleash your ideas. Like and subscribe. Show the world what you've got inside. Unleash your ideas. Unleash your ideas. You're one thought away from changing the game. One step closer to fortune and fame. Whether big, whether small, just begin. Every empire starts from within. Unleash your ideas. Like and subscribe. Unleash your ideas. Like and subscribe. If you're ready, let's go take a ride. Unleash your ideas. Unleash your ideas.